All right. Hey, hey, hey. I am Monique Derwin. I'm an integrative mind body coach and somatic trauma specialist. And this morning I woke up and I was a little bit pissy. I had a little bit of frustration and irritation, and I remembered what I teach people to do. And so I got up and did it. And I thought maybe if I wake up like this, other people might wake up like this too. And you don't have to stay there, right? So sometimes we're just irritated with things going on in life. Sometimes we have personal stuff going on, whatever the reason. We all get a little irritated sometimes, right? Totally natural. But you don't have to stay there and let it ruin your day. And anger itself, as it moves through the body, can really cause some problems. So, I'm going to show you a few spots that you can work on physically, but I also want to talk to you about that mind body connection and what's going on. So, the first thing that I did was I felt for my clavicle, which is right here, my collarbone, right? So, right here in the middle of my collarbone where it starts. And I traced it all the way over to where the shoulder joint is, right where that indentation is. And I just kind of stayed there for a moment. And what I did was I just closed my eyes and I imagined that I'm just pushing a button and the anger is just pouring out. Like just let it roll out, whatever it is, right? And I had to take a few breaths because I could really feel myself wanting to resist and just take the finger off and let it be. But I just kind of played with it for a little bit. So I gave a little massage. I dug in for a minute. I moved my body around. I just kind of shifted my weight. I worked my neck. Just let it out, right? As I began to roll into this space with this little massage right here, I rolled in, curved the shoulder, got a little bit deeper. And it feels really intense when you do this. So I recommend just sending it some breath. Just inhale through the nostrils and send breath right to it. And just, body, it's safe to release this anger. I know that we've held on to it for a long time. Maybe it was even necessary for protection or something like that. But right now, I want to move through this. I want to move past it. So, about 90 seconds, I just kind of stayed in that shoulder right there. And then all of a sudden, I felt this lightness come through. And as I did that, whew, like all of this just opened up, right? I also went in to the middle, right underneath my sternum, and just did a little bit of work there. A little bit of physical work, just movement. If it feels a little tender, that's probably really normal because after all, anger doesn't like to be softened, right? It's a protection method. And I started really thinking about what was under the anger: grief, disappointment, sadness, all those things. So just kind of breathe into it. You might feel the need to belch, cough, wiggle, all normal. Then I went right over to the left side of the rib and I did the same thing. I just kind of went under the rib and plugged in there, gave a little physical movement. I'm moving organs, I'm moving tissue, I'm moving fascia, all those things, right? Just gave myself a little bit of space there and then opened up and just kind of wiggled it out because that's the next thing that I do. Now, anger manifests in the body depending on what we're experiencing. If we are going through hard times or feeling unfair about things in life, this is something that may show up in your body. So if you find these spaces to be tender or you're feeling anger or frustration, this is something physically you can do for it. On a other sense wise, right? Because you know I like senses. You can always go in with some oil. Wild orange is going to be really good for this, or lemon, right? Take a smell, take a sniff, eat an orange, put some lemon in your water. That's just going to support you on a sense level. So you've got your senses, you've got your physical body. We've talked a little bit about the emotions and what's actually underneath the anger: grief, disappointment, sadness, things like that are going to come underneath that. So give yourself permission to feel it for just a moment. Give yourself some love, give your body some love, shake it out. Make some noise, wiggle, whatever you need to do, right? Think about a little dog or an animal or a kid that just, moves really quick. Let it all go. And then maybe get out your journal and just write yourself something down. It's important to let go of this anger because how is it affecting your life? Where else is it showing up? What is it preventing you from doing or having? I lived many, many years of my life as a extremely angry person. I was so sad and disappointed with what was going on around me. And I only knew anger because anger was acceptable. People got it when you were angry, when you were mad, it makes sense. It was safe. But as I got really vulnerable and I started pulling back those layers, I saw what was actually going on. And it was just lots of grief, lots of unfulfilled dreams and hopelessness. And I just wanted to feel better, but everything around me literally pissed me off. And so my body just kept storing it and storing it and storing it and trapping it and storing it. And then my body began to act up because that's what it does. See, you can only put so much in your storage locker until the door doesn't close anymore. And my door was not closing. And this stuff was leaking out everywhere. And it was being spat on people that I loved and cared about. It was thrown at people who had nothing to do with anything that I was feeling. And I was just miserable. I was a miserable, angry person. And you could see it in my pictures, you could see it in my body, you could see it in my face. And to be able to move this now with such ease and have this lightness and this freedom, I don't think there's words to describe how it really feels once you let these things move through. So I'll keep this short, but if you're feeling anger, if you're feeling disappointment or frustration, um, try those little maneuvers, see how they work. Let me know in the comments if you were able to create any space in your body, feel a little more free. And of course, if you want to have a consultation or discuss any of this or dig into other emotions or trauma things that might be stuck in your body, that's what I do. And I would love to talk with you about this. So just let me know. I will put a link right below, and you can always just schedule a time to talk. My name's Monique Derwin. I'm an integrative mind body coach and somatic trauma specialist, and I teach people how to self heal their bodies using a natural holistic approach. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day.